When you flip on the TV these days,
we slept from Wheel to Kimmel.
It might feel like an experiment in time travel. Reboots like ABC's Roseanne are all the rage.
Classics really do hold up.
Will and Grace returned. Queer Eye made a comeback. Even The Twilight Zone is getting a revamp later this year.
Room for one more, honey.
So far, Roseanne and the rest of the Connors have been unmatched in their ability to replicate a key element of their original record-breaking run: ratings. Over 18 million viewers tuned in to see the family reunion, and since that premiere, the show has been the most watched in its time slot each week. Its highest numbers coming from markets in Middle America like Tulsa, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
I'm still surprised that we got so many viewers. When we premiered back in '88, it felt similarly. It really did. It really was kind of an overnight success. So there's a little bit of deja vu involved.
I'm not afraid of you.
Give it time.
Roseanne's success is a huge surprise. There was a lot of talk before the revival premiered about the fact that Roseanne, the character, was going to be a Trump supporter. And there was all this hype about it, and people were up in arms, and some people were excited.
After all, in these politically divisive times, there was the risk that a family squabbling over things like the election might feel a little too familiar.
What's up, deplorable?
Roseanne, a vocal Trump supporter on and off the show.
Thank you for making America great again.
Even the president is aligning himself with the show's popularity.
Even look at Roseanne. I called her yesterday. Look at her ratings. Look at her ratings.
Our last election, the jokes were just writing themselves. We wanted to show an accurate depiction of America. It's very divided.
Every character kind of has their stance. And I think what you'll see over the course of the show is that all of our stances kind of get challenged by our family members.
So you're going to go sit next to her?
ABC News and conservative pollster Frank Luntz brought together a focus group in Southern California. 15 people, a mix of Democrats and Republicans, to see if Roseanne would bring the room together or drive them apart.
I watched it when it originally aired. I loved her, Roseanne's attitude about life. Most of the TV shows that involve families kind of try to show you like, oh, if you started at the bottom, you'll make it to the top. Her situation is never like that.
Damn!
While watching the first episode, they're recording their thoughts using dials, turning the knob up if they like what they see, down if they don't. The green line shows the average opinion of the Democrats, red for Republicans. First, viewers get a taste of what made the show a hit during its first run.
Did you remember to measure your blood sugar this morning?
Yep, sweet as can be.
Yeah, I guess that's why you passed out at Walmart last month.
No, that was because their prices are so low.
Both sides of our group reacting positively.
It was like a grandmother that I never had for some reason. She's real, she's genuine, and down to earth, and that's why it would work, because she's classic.
But when the banter gets political, you can see the split on our graph.
Knee still giving you trouble, Roseanne? Why don't you get that fixed with the new health care all you suckers got promised? It works good enough to kick your ass, snowflake.
What is it about the current political environment that makes Roseanne so powerful?
Gives Donald Trump voters a voice that is not normally seen in pop culture these days.
But I'm watching the lines, and the Democrats like the show as much, if not more, than the Republicans.
I don't find it offensive with the jokes. I feel like it's a good balance.
It's having a family that's having a very blunt dialogue with each other, whereas people among friends are not having blunt dialogues. Somebody just asked me recently, why don't you want to talk about it? And I said, because I don't want to argue with you.
Roseanne made a career out of portraying the struggles of the working class.
Our school's having a food drive for poor people.
Well, tell them to drive some of that food over here.
And in this episode, her adult daughters each have their own money troubles.
Your severance check got forwarded here.
A storyline that the group here seems to relate to.
You know, I thought I'd be a huge success by now. I thought I could buy a huge house that I could hold over your head.
That would have been sweet.
What other shows are really, say, working class? Are there many?
No, I'm not working class. They're pretty frank and pretty honest, which is unusual before, and it still is on TV.
What do you think this show does that
other programs on television are not doing.
This is a show that gives each person something that they can relate to.
The original run didn't shy away from tackling big social issues like race.
One of my favorite episodes was when DJ wouldn't kiss the black girl in the school play.
I don't want to kiss Gina.
Hey, Tough, you're doing it.
I hate you.
Well, fine, you don't have to kiss me.
The girl he didn't want to kiss in the play is the girl he actually ended up marrying. Hopefully we can be a face for a group of people that have been kind of underrepresented.
Morning, Granny Rose.
The reboot also introduces the audience to Darlene's son, who dresses in girls' clothing.
Darlene says just ignore it. He's exploring.
May the winds fill his sails and carry him to the boys' section of Target.
And then they said, no, we got to have a gay somebody, and that's the little boy. So, you know, that's kind of pushing it in there a little bit.
How many conservative-leaning families do you know has a gay son who's, they openly let, I guess, do what he wants to do, express himself, and then
There's nothing that says he's queer because he wanted to paint his nails and had a uniform. It doesn't mean anything. It's taking a child and saying it's okay to be different. It's okay to do whatever you want.
You can agree to disagree on politics, but on social and moral issues, there is a level of divisiveness that we have not figured out how to bridge the gap.
Still, the most polarizing moments are the overtly politically charged ones.
I go into the booth and I voted for Jill Stein.
Who's Jill Stein?
Some doctor.
But as the sisters find common ground, so does our group.
Thank you. And I'm sorry.
And you.
I forgive you.
Could it be that the comedian who once famously upset millions with her rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner is actually bringing the country together?
Roseanne actually had something for Democrats, something for Republicans. This is a show that has legs because it represents Middle America, and they don't see Middle America anymore.
I know how hard that was for you.
For Nightline, I'm Whit Johnson in Los Angeles.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.